Thank you, Laskin Corla. I stand today to add my support to the state apology to the victims of horrendous abuse in industrial and reformatory schools. There are not enough words to outline the abuse, the absolute horror suffered by these survivors and all victims of abuse. Many of those lived and suffered in silence. They suffered the stigma for decades, and they have struggled with pain and anguish. These were children placed in industrial schools. We know they suffered the most horrendous mistreatment, but they had courage and conviction, especially those who undertook a lengthy hunger strike outside the gates to ensure their most awful experiences were finally heard. They shared their lived experience. They still share their living experience. And I hope today is one of the better days of your living experience. I want to mention Mary Donovan, Mary Dunleavy-Green, Miriam Moriarty-Owens and Maurice Patton O'Connell. I met Maurice a few years ago, and Maurice is the parent of his son Jason, who is upstairs there looking down. And I met Maurice when his son was overprescribed medication in South Kerry Cams. Maurice has outlined Jason's lost years as a result of the overprescribing. And Maurice, during really difficult times for himself, put his family first to advocate for them. And I'll always remember his powerful advocacy in relation to children that were harmed in Kerry. I do hope the government's response to what happened in Kerry will deliver for Jason and others, and they can go on and have better years. I can only imagine the horror that Maurice is enduring in having to fight the state on two fronts. But as a minister, I am committed to doing whatever I can to right the wrongs of mental health services in Kerry, and the government is determined to recognise the trauma of what Maurice, the two Marys, Miriam, what you all endured with the apology and the package of supports for survivors. We are committed to a strengthened suite of supports, extending access to tailored health services, counselling, physiotherapy, education payments and compassionate assistance in housing and funeral costs. We are totally committed. I do hope these measures can meet the very real needs raised by survivors and reflect the state's responsibility to respond meaningfully. The state has also affirmed that no survivor should ever be regarded as having a criminal record simply because they were placed in an industrial school. And Minister O'Callaghan will also, and has already, issued formal, he has clarified this, and he will issue formal certificates to confirm this. As these commitments are implemented, this moment must represent more than an apology. It must be a turning point, one grounded in dignity, justice, and a continuing duty to ensure survivors receive the compassion and support that you deserve. What happened to you all was wrong, and I hope today brings some small comfort to you all. Thank you very much.
Minister.